What are the selection tools that can help a manager identify the most qualified applicant for a job? Selection methods can be grouped into two categories: initial screening methods and final screening methods. Let's take a look at selection screening. Initial screening involves reviewing the information provided by job applicants and collecting additional preliminary information to decide which applicants are worthy of more serious consideration for the job. Final screening involves taking a more in-depth look at the applicants who make it through initial screening prior to hiring them, including reviewing references and conducting background checks. In addition to the information we discuss here, the U.S. Department of Labor's Employment and Training Administration posts a free online guide titled Testing and Assessment: An Employer's Guide to Good Practices. Many people are not very good at self-selection and apply for jobs for which they're not qualified. Testing and interviewing everyone who applies for a job is simply not cost-effective or practical for an employer. Therefore, managers use methods such as collecting and reviewing applications and resumes and administering screening interviews to make the first cut in the applicant pool. Applications are standardized forms employers use to collect job-related information about applicants. The information is reviewed and used to determine which applicants meet the minimum job requirements and should remain in the selection process. Typically, application forms inquire about a person's eligibility to work in the United States, the person's education, current and previous work experience, skills, hours available to work, and references. Applications are completed in person or online. Some organizations weight application questions and score the responses to arrive at an overall score. By using weights, managers are able to highlight which questions are more important than others in the selection decision. Having a score for each applicant makes it easier to compare applicants and determine who's most qualified for the job. This type of application is referred to as a weighted application blank, or WAB. WABs are also a good predictor of turnover. A job applicant usually provides a resume to prospective employers regardless of the level of a job. A resume is an overview of the applicant's qualifications and typically indicates contact information and information about education, previous work experience, and special skills and interests. With the increase of data analytic tools and techniques, more organizations are creating online behavioral assessments to use as part of their applicant screening process. These assessments generally use information from current employees to create a personality profile for evaluating which applicants are likely to be a good fit with the culture of the organization. Reviews of applications and resumes narrow down the list of applicants who will receive further consideration. A screening interview can then be used to gauge an applicant's fit and actual interest in the position. A typical screening interview consists of the manager or someone from HR calling the applicant and conducting a short telephone interview. The goal is to confirm that the person is still looking for a job and is interested in the position, as well as to verify the information the person has already provided to the organization. A firm's final screening activities narrow down the number of job candidates to the number of employees the company actually needs. Many selection methods are available for this purpose. These include various types of employment tests, interviews, and assessment centers. Reference and background checks are also used for this screening. These methods are sometimes used for initial screening, but managers most often use them later in the selection process because they can be quite time-consuming and costly. It is better to reduce the applicant pool before using them.